Welcome to my next Better Call Saul Season 1 episode review video. Before I get into that though, pretty important, if you aren't caught up to the point where I am in rewatching or watching Better Call Saul, or you're just not entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which of course I'll mention as well as put in the description. If that happens to be the case, you find out that you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this video any further to avoid any potential spoilers. For those of you that are wondering, I have seen Better Call Saul all the way through at least one time. In fact, on this channel, I did review all the episodes of Season 6 of Better Call Saul, which I'll put right here at the end of the video with about 20 seconds left. So click there if you want the link to those reviews when the show was actually airing. But I like the show. Obviously, I want to review all the episodes, so that's why I'm going back now. And I'm just going to redo the Season 6 ones as well. So join me on the journey, and let's discuss this show in the comments section. With all that said, this will be Better Call Saul, Season 1, Episode 4. The title of this episode is called Hero. And this will be my review, reaction, recap after just finishing watching the episode. So we have a Jimmy flashback to years earlier. He's running a scheme with a man he just met. The man finds a wallet in an alley and a body close by in an alley that's kind of laying down like the person's dead. The body they find is a man wearing a suit, and he's alive but appearing to be pretty trash. Butthole, he says. Jimmy's new friend says he's keeping the money that's in the wallet, and Jimmy says he's keeping the watch. The watch is a damn Rolex. So this man that Jimmy just met gives Jimmy money for the watch. Gives him $500. Later, sucker, the guy says. $500 richer, Jimmy says. Jimmy smokes out of a bong with his friend wearing the suit. He tells Jimmy he loves watching him work. It's good for making beer money. That's about all, Jimmy says. Betsy tells Jimmy no one has to know about the duffel bag of cash. So we're back to current timeline. He's already contacted their lawyer, Kim Wexler. Betsy and Craig Kettleman talk about being warned. They tell Jimmy they were working it out, referring to their next move. Betsy tells Jimmy they're not giving the money back. Betsy offers Jimmy some of the money, and she tells him, please don't tell anybody or anyone. Jimmy says he can take a retainer as their lawyer. He can give them passion and commitment, something that he says Howard Hamlin can't do. She says, sorry, you're kind of the lawyer guilty people hire. She offers the money again, and it's not positive at this point, or it's not known for sure if Jimmy took it or not. The next day, Jimmy asks Mike, did it make the paper? And Mike says, what did? Jimmy says, all 4 of the Kettlemans safe and sound, just like you called it. And he says, you assume criminals are going to go be smarter than they are. Kind of breaks my heart a little. Mike says, we can't all be blessed as you. Jimmy goes to see Nacho, gives the detective a hard time, like, you arrested an innocent man. And Jimmy tells Nacho, I believe I did more than what you asked of me. And Nacho believes somebody told the Kettlemans to go camping. They were warned, Nacho says. And Nacho says, you ratted on me. There will be consequences. Jimmy says, if somebody ratted on you, it was probably because of those kids. Jimmy tells Nacho, the neighbor, Jimmy tells Nacho something. I put neighbor, I'd you. If I were you, because you were sloppy. I'm not sure what I missed there, but trying to watch something and type at the same time, I make mistakes. Anyway, he tells Nacho, whoever he is, he did you a favor. Jimmy's drinking in his office at night at the nail salon. Jimmy did accept the money from Betsy Kettleman. Jimmy's picking up some new suits. Jimmy goes back to the nail salon. The ladies are working on coloring his hair. We have Kim Wexler and her officer at Howard and McGill, HHM. She calls Jimmy. He doesn't answer, so she leaves a message. She wants to go see The Thing with Jimmy. She really wants to talk to him, though. How old is, or what time period is this? Because The Thing came out in the early 80s, so I'm guessing this is like probably 90s, I don't know, late 90s, maybe early 2000s. I don't quite remember, but anyway, she really wants to talk to him. Howard stops in. How goes it? Howard wants her to take a ride with him. Jimmy has a billboard put up. He's even copying the HHM logo with JMM. He wants Kim to talk to Jimmy. Kim goes to see Jimmy at the nail salon, and then Kim gets a massage, free of charge, of course. Not from Jimmy, but from the chair. And she says it's very nice. Jimmy asks Kim how pissed was Howard. She says, why? She asks why is he making this personal, or why he's making this personal. She tells Jimmy that that billboard is a declaration of war. He says if he wants to come after me, I'll be ready with guns blazing. And then Kim says the cease and desist letter is just the beginning. You can't win this fight. Kim Wexler leaves. Jimmy and Howard meet with the judge. Jimmy's told the billboard must come down within 48 hours. Jimmy makes many calls to help with the Howard Hamlin problem. Jimmy has some students helping him from the university, camera guy and sound guy. He's giving camera guy $100 for 1 hour. I'm not sure if he's given the same amount to sound guy or he's included in that $100 for 1 hour. But Jimmy actually films a commercial with them. And then he says, a large law firm came after him. Who do you think the court sided with? The person taking down the side from the billboard starts to fall, and he's hanging there by a harness. Jimmy comes to his rescue. Jimmy pulls him back up. You okay? The man says, took you long enough. Howard HHM says the whole thing was a publicity stunt. Kim says, it's hard to say. People love a hero. As Jimmy's on the news. And then Jimmy goes back to his nail salon. He has 7 new messages. Jimmy goes to Chuck's in the morning, takes off all of his stuff, puts it in the mailbox, puts more ice in Chuck's cooler, and he tells Chuck he was right. The worm has turned. Jimmy tells Chuck kids must have grabbed his Albuquerque journal, and then Chuck tells Jimmy hard work looks good on him. Chuck puts on his space blanket and actually decides to go outside to get someone else's paper because he sees that other people have the paper but he doesn't. And then Chuck grabs the neighbor's paper, leaves behind a $5 bill, puts a rock on it so it doesn't blow away, and then goes back in the house. He's obviously distraught from going outside because he's allergic to electricity and that's stuff that's outside. And then as a neighbor sees him actually do this, like him act a fool, she sees this. And then Chuck reads the article about Jimmy, doesn't seem too happy about the article, and that's what ends this episode of Better Call Saul. So it was an okay episode. There were parts on it that kind of dragged, in my opinion. It's an amazing show. Just the beginning of the series was a little slow, in my opinion. I'm going to score this a 7.5 out of 10. And, I pick a character of the episode in every episode, obviously. For this, Jimmy, Saul, whatever name you want to call him by, he's the character essentially of every episode. But I think Betsy Kettleman stood out in this episode. Kim Wexler did too, and so did Howard Hamlin. But I'm going to give Betsy Kettleman the character of the episode besides Jimmy. So you've heard everything that I have to say. Now it's your turn. If you're a fan of Breaking Bad, El Camino Breaking Bad movie, or Better Call Saul, and you want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, please don't forget to Hulk smash the like button. Otherwise, I'll send James McGill after you, and he will pester you until you pay up. And remember, I cover a lot of stuff on this channel, not just stuff in the Breaking Bad universe. So go to my playlist, check out all the things that I have on there, share this video with a friend, put this video on any one of your social media platforms. Don't forget to sound off in the comment section about what your thoughts are on this episode of Better Call Saul. What would you rate the episode? And whom, if you had to choose, would be your character of the episode? Probably besides Jimmy. Remember to click right here for my Better Call Saul Season 6 reactions reviews if you have already seen every single episode of the series. And then last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to the channel. You're watching the video anyway. Join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And you never know what you're going to see on JDevTV.